Hi there, everyone. Thank you for coming back. I could hear some really great conversations happening here in Member 2 and expect the same was happening in Pictou, Halifax, and Middleton, as well as with many of the watch parties. I know these are topics everybody feels passionately about and has lots of experience to share. Next, we're going to take a moment to pay tribute to an exceptional person that many of you have had the honor of working with and knowing over the years, Hilary Amit. There's a wonderful photo of him last year at the conference with the DSP BOA. He's a person who was an advocate of change to create a good life and community for persons with disabilities, and he worked tirelessly on their behalf. We have TJ Smith of People First Nova Scotia who's going to speak about Hilary, Vivian of Inclusion Nova Scotia, the Executive Director, and Mary Claire, the Executive Director of Highland Community Residential Services in New Glasgow. And each of them will speak to what Hilary meant to them. But first, on behalf of the Disability Support Program, I want to offer my sincere condolences to Hilary's family. Hilary really was one of a kind, a special person, a great gentleman, smart, thoughtful, committed. I have a lot of memories. I mean, one of my first was when we worked together when I first started with DSP around doing a survey of service providers, and Hilary was quite technical and savvy on the IT stuff, so he supported us in doing that survey. But then also last year at the conference, for those of you that were there, Hilary played a really central role. He was a co-host and a facilitator, and he was just able to summarize in a clear way some of the key concepts that we talked about and put it in plain language for everybody to understand. And on the day 2, he was part of the group when we did sessions with service providers and families, and he was there. And that's where that photo was from. And you can really get the essence of who he was, his laughing eyes, his smile, his joy for life. And he's greatly missed, but he will never be forgotten. So I'm going to turn it over to TJ Smith in Pictou first. TJ?
Welcome, everybody. My name is TJ Smith. I'm going to apologize right now ahead of time if I break down, because this is emotional, talking about your friend. But I'm about to read something about Hilary. Hi, my name is TJ Smith, and I am Vice President of People First Bedford County chapter. I am also co-chair for Disability Pride Community Pittsburgh County Chair chapter. Sorry. I 3 part-time jobs, and I also looking forward more working every long weekend and others. I volunteer for the Nebraska Jubilee 3-day music festival here in Nebraska, where I serve alcohol beverages and help out cleaning up. I am, where am I at? Oh, there. I also play on other community leaders for both those sports. Oh, I am involved with Special Olympics. Oh, I'm involved with Special Olympics, where I am on the curling team and track and field. I also play on other community legends for both those sports. I am very well known in the community and like to attend the Treasure games on Thursday whenever I can, because I'm very busy. I'm currently involved in the iOS program with HCRS, and I live with 2 other roommates, which I'm proud to. I am going to speak about Hilary Amit today. It's emotional. Does it? But I know, I just, emotional. He was a very important person in my life. I got to know Hilary, I want to say 26 years. I knew him from on the board at Summer Street when I was first moved back here. And I got to know him well at HRS. He was a strong, yeah, I know. He was a strong advocate for all you guys with people with, but yeah, and he was a strong advocate for people with like born with a diverse abilities. And I have the privilege to know Hilary, like I said, 26 years when I started Summer Street in 1998. I met Hilary, he was on the board at the, during those, at the time, during 26 years, I got to know Hilary well. All right. Yeah. Excuse me, I told you I'm going to break down. Yeah. I met his wife, Linda, and got to meet his kids, Renee and Dominique. They grew up to the fine lady and gentleman that they are today. One is, I met Dominique. She's in university, and Renee is now currently married. Yeah. Those that had the privilege to knowing Hilary would tell you he loved to speak and tell stories. He would also give the shirt right off his back. He was the type of man that very caring and generous for those of you who know Hilary worked for Highland Community Residential Service and was the executive director for 25 years. I remember when Hilary got his 15-year award. It was the first time we had a slideshow like this, and we showed a picture of him sitting on the porch singing with the clients, and he said to us, "Where the hell did you get that picture?" with a smile on his face. I say, I'm not telling. One time when came back to work on a Monday, he was at his sister's house, and there was a party going on. Well, knowing Hilary, he likes to chat, so he was chatting, found out it was my Uncle Jerry that he was chatting with. Yeah. Hilary loved to talk and tell interesting stories about life in general. His door was always open. was, for HRS members, and if someone was feeling down or having a bad day, he didn't bring you up. Like, he was almost like Dave Hensbitter to me. Like, always like to bring you up and make you laugh. Hilary was a hard worker and driven and to give back to the community, especially unfortunate people. Besides sitting on the board for Summer Street Industries, Hilary also sat on the board of Aberdeen Health Foundation as well as the Human Rights Coalition. For the nonprofit society. Hilary also received a Queen Elizabeth II Diamond Jubilee Medal for all of his years of community services. And yeah, I got the privilege to meet him, and I'm glad I did, because he meant a lot to me. I'm going to pass it on to Adam. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, TJ. That was really terrific, and I could really feel how much Hilary meant to you and what an impact he had on your life. So thank you for sharing that with us. Next, I'd like to ask Thivian, who's in Halifax, to share some thoughts and memories about Hilary with us.
Hey, everyone.
Sorry, I just realized I said Tim. I meant TJ. Sorry. Go ahead, Thivian.
Oh. Hey, everyone. Thank you. It's an honor for me to say a couple of words about Hilary. So Hilary was a man who genuinely, authentically lived inclusion to his life. I first got to meet Hilary when I moved to New Glasgow with my wife. He had heard about this young couple who didn't know anyone, who didn't have family in New Glasgow, and he went out of his way to find my email somehow and reach out to my personal email to invite us over for dinner, just so we can have a sense of connection and feel like we had someone in New Glasgow. I think it's also, I don't know if this was planned, but it's truly fitting that we're doing this right before lunch, because if anyone knows anything about Hilary, it's as much as he loved connecting over a meal, and he loved talking to people over a meal. I do want to send first my condolences to Linda and the entire family. Over the years, I had the privilege of working closely with Hilary. We'd have numerous phone calls when I worked for the town of New Glasgow, and in this current role with Inclusion Nova Scotia. He would always bring forward initiatives and ideas around authentic inclusion. He would talk about the concerns, but more importantly, he would always bring forward the opportunities for people with disabilities and for people in our community. He was a true community advocate. He volunteered on several committees in town, including Summer Street, Aberdeen, and more recently with the Disabilities Rights Coalition. But his legacy is not about the organizations he strengthened or the policies he influenced. His true legacy is around the people he touched. colleagues like myself and friends that he supported, and the lives that he changed through his kindness, wisdom, and his unwavering belief in human rights and the potential for others. He had the gift of making people feel valued, seeing their strength, and connecting with others for encouragement and advocacy. I can't tell you the amount of times when I worked for the town of New Glasgow that he brought forward an individual's name for me to connect with someone, because he saw the value that they had and the spirit and the kindness that he had towards making sure that everyone in that town felt connected. In my last conversation, what I learned was my last conversation, Hilary called me just to talk about the Disabilities Rights Coalition, talk about inclusion, talk about the sector, and talk about the remedy. But as that conversation lasted a couple hours, it was just as important for him to ask about my family, my personal life, my kids, and what we were doing. The personal touch was quintessential Hilary. It was something I will always remember. There are countless stories like this. I'm not the only person that he's impacted. His legacy and the work we continue to do towards building a more inclusive Nova Scotia. As we move to rebuild hope and build communities, let's remember something he often said. And this is something that I have written on my wall, and I know there's other people within the disability sector has it as well. Institution is more than a building, it's a mindset. Let us commit to carrying his example forward, lead with compassion, serve with authenticity, and always see the opportunity to connect with everyone we meet. Hilary, we are deeply grateful for your kindness, leadership. I'm personally grateful for the leadership. I know when I took on this role, he was the first person to give me a call and tell me that I was in the right spot, which I was like, I don't know what that meant at the time, but I'm honored that he felt that way. And may you rest in peace knowing that your legacy will continue to inspire us all. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Vivian. I really feel like you captured the essence of who Hilary was. Lastly, we'll hear from Mary Claire, who is joining us from Pictou.
Hi, everyone. I've had the absolute honor and privilege to work alongside Hilary for 24 years, a little bit earlier in other committees. I think before I chat about just the impact he's had on this field and the people in this room, I did want to start by acknowledging like something central to who Hilary was. First and foremost, Hilary was a family man, and his greatest joy came from his wife Linda, his children, Harrison and Dominique, his sisters, and his many nieces and nephews, and their children. Over the years, Hilary shared countless stories, and it was clear to anybody who listened how deeply he cherished them all. Professionally, Hilary was much more than an executive director, a mentor, and a friend. He really was a true beacon of light in the human services field. His unwavering dedication, compassion, and wisdom has left a lasting imprint on the entire sector and on individuals with diverse abilities. For Hilary, his work was not just about providing assistance. It was about truly seeing and understanding each person he encountered. He honored their stories, he celebrated their strengths, and he championed their dignity. In every conversation and in every project, he exemplified what it meant to care deeply and to act with purpose. Throughout his career, Hilary led with empathy and commitment to excellence. He helped build the strong foundation that I see we're standing here on today by encouraging us to listen actively, promote independence, support choice, and respect the dignity of risk. He inspired us to always learn more and do better. A tireless advocate, obviously, for the rights of all individuals with diverse abilities. His impact, as you can hear from today, extended not just in Pictou County, but across the province. When Hilary first started with HCRS, he quickly immersed himself in many committees, but he was very passionate about NSRAA, which is the Nova Scotia Residential Agencies Association. He was a driving force with the association, providing thoughtful leadership and unwavering advocacy. Hilary was also instrumental in launching a number of training initiatives on the Council on Quality and Leadership, personal outcome measures, person-centered planning, and independent living support options. His collaborations with universities focused on disability rights, and his role in the entire sector cemented him as a leader in their field. His proactive leadership, collaborative spirit, and unwavering commitment to integrity made him invaluable to our community. Hilary was always generous with his time and his knowledge, and his influence reached far beyond his immediate work, impacting everyone that he came across. Even as I reflect today on his legacy, I can't think of Hilary in the past tense, because I still feel his presence every day in the work that's being done for individuals with diverse abilities. Every time someone makes their dreams come true, every time someone falls but rises again despite the pain and the heartache, I feel his spirit. And especially today, where across this province there are over 1,200 people gathered for one collective purpose, and that's to create communities where everyone belongs and everyone is welcome. And that has always been truly Hilary's vision. So I think we feel him here in this room today. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mary Claire, TJ, and Vivian. It's clear that Hilary had a strong impact on you. And like you said, Mary Claire, I think we feel his spirit with us today. So he's moving us forward and he's with us now. To close, many of you will remember that Hilary spoke at last year's conference. And so we've captured a few of the key moments from last year in a video that we'd like to play for you now.
What I want to say about the remedy is that it's a world full of possibilities and opportunity for all of us. We just opened up the Pandora's box. And when I say us, I'm thinking about every single person in Nova Scotia. I'm going to have to change my language. I'm going to have to learn a whole new vocabulary about how I and every one of us interact as we go forward into this fantastic set of opportunities that's ahead of us. Well, a good life in the community, what does it mean? I think it means the same thing for me as it should for anybody else, which is that I have a home to live in. I've chosen who I live with, my neighbors. My neighbor and I share a snowblower because we both have tiny driveways. We don't need one us individually, but we're both growing older and decided that we should share one. That's a good life in community. That's what a good life in community means to me. Why can't it mean the same for everybody else? It's going to be just amazing. It's not just going to be the Christmas dinners. It's going to be regular dinners that people are going to be able to come over for and invite family and friends and so on a regular basis, no matter where they live.
Thank you for that wonderful tribute to a person who worked with people, made a difference.
Thank you, everyone. It's a really touching way to end this morning and move into our lunch break. So we are now breaking for lunch. We will return here at 1:30. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for coming back after lunch.
Welcome back, everybody. On behalf of everybody, I would like to thank the caterers for a wonderful meal. And now we are going to listen to some music.
So before we jump into the music entertainment, we also do want to highlight a huge thank you. We do have Minister Armstrong joining us. I hope the drive was good. You've been crisscrossing across the province, so great to have the minister here with us for the rest of the day. And we're going to kick off this afternoon portion with something to kind of get everyone a little bit energized and excited after that great lunch. It's our pleasure to introduce and welcome a group called Culture Shock here today in Halifax. Culture Shock is a Bahamian band dedicated to bringing the vibrant traditions of Junkanu and Rake and Scrape to audiences everywhere. They celebrate and share the heart of Bahamian culture through lively music, dance, and storytelling, connecting people to the rich heritage of the Caribbean. Their performance blends rhythmic beats, colorful costumes, and captivating history, offering an authentic and unforgettable cultural experience. It's going to be an exciting experience, an exciting performance. It's also going to be a loud performance, I have been told. So if there are people who have a hard time with loud noises, you are welcome to take the performance in from the lobby where you can hear it, but maybe not hear it as loudly as right here in this room. Or if you have things that you need to do to cover your ears to make that more suitable for you, by all means, please go ahead and do that, because we are excited for this unique journey through Bahamian traditions honoring African ancestry and the spirit of the Caribbean. And with that, we are going to turn it over to Culture Shock.